for our guys. They'll have for the rest of their life. Even to be in the Yankees locker room, Aaron Boone allowed me to use his office. Just iconic to walk by and see all the Yankees where they've signed the wall, to see the rings. It's just that in and of itself is amazing. So I want to thank the Pinstripe Bowl. I want to thank the New York Yankees. They've been awesome all week. I want to thank Bad Boy Mowers. This is the first time a lot of our guys have done this in great events. Even to see the 9/11 Memorial Museum as a team together was something I thought brought our team together. So grateful to all of them. Grateful to Dr. Gold and Troy Dannon and really all the staff and people. This was a big endeavor. Our staff worked really, really hard to put this together, come into a bowl game. There wasn't really a manual about how to do a bowl game because we haven't been to one in a long time. And to be honest, they worked tirelessly to get it done. And then finally, I'm just grateful to our players, our seniors. A lot of times we talk about who's not playing or who decided to leave, and I'm grateful for the guys who played. I'm grateful for the guys who stayed. I told Ty Robinson, hey, I don't think I'd play. I think he should be a first or second round pick. And he was like, I didn't do all this to not play. And so that's, in a world where some guys don't want to do it, those guys wanted to do it, and they wanted to be here, and we wanted to play, and we wanted to play well. I'll probably get a little bit emotional saying this, so please forgive me. But Ramir's never allowed anyone really to know what happened to him this year. But a year ago, he got hurt and missed the whole season. And I sat there with him in my office, as he wept, and the opportunity came to come back this year, and he decided to come back with really no guarantees. His mom was really, really sick for the whole season. I asked him to go home. President Gold intervened and got us in contact with doctors here that were taking care of his mom as she was preparing for hospice. And I asked Ramir to go home, and he wouldn't go home. He had to play that game. He had to stay here with his teammates. Went home on the bye week. Asked me not just to tell anyone. He didn't want to be a distraction. Only let Emmett know. And they lost his mom. He lost his mom in November. And, those are the kids that got me into coaching. Those are the men that keep me in coaching. And he's awesome. And so for him to go out there and do that today, for him to have that run, for us to have to get him out of the stands, to get him to accept the MVP trophy. It was never about him. So you forgive me for that. But I told him I was going to share that because it's never been about him. He loved his mother. He lost his mother. And he cares about this team. I think this is a fitting end for him. So I hope he wears his pads home on the subway and goes to his apartment, takes that MVP trophy, and takes it out tonight somewhere. So with that was long. I'm sorry, but I love that kid. I love those seniors, and I'm grateful for them. So with that, I'll take your questions.
There was a lot of things that happened in this game. This was a full football game. Sorry. Sam McKeown with the Omaha World Herald. There's a lot of things that happened in this game. It was a full football game. When you think about, okay, why you won it, what do you feel like the determining factor was given everything that happened?
Yeah, I think in a game where you turn the ball over twice, you're probably not going to win the game in the first half. But the times where we didn't turn the ball over, we scored the other two drives. I thought we were able to up front. They weren't really able to get any pressure. We were able to protect. We were able to get the ball out. We the field was wet down that one end, so we weren't able to ever win on the deep ball. We started hitting some crossers. I thought the defense played really well. We couldn't really get off the field on third down. Credit to their quarterback; they had a good plan. But we made some key fourth down stops, and we made the plays you need to make. And I had the sack fumble, like I said, the fourth down stops. We were in significant control of the game, and obviously they came back. And I was fired up for our offense. It was the first time the offense took the ball and said enough's enough, and it went down the field. Dylan pulled the ball twice on that drive. Which is what quarterbacks are supposed to do. Supposed to go make game-winning plays. And then we ran power, and there's Ty Robinson, a D tackle, goes over there, old school football. I hope Nebraska fans are fired up. We won the game in the I formation, ran power, and we made a great play. So we made the plays you need to make, Sam. I felt like to win the game. There's obviously a lot to probably correct, but that was the last game of the year, so I can enjoy it.
Coach Dan Rubin from BCEagles.com. Just how does a game like this kind of sharpen your team even moving forward into the offseason, into spring, and then into next season?
Yeah, I mean, I think for us it's a little, it's a little bit more in that, we haven't ended many seasons on a win in a while, and to go to a bowl game, and you have to get used to going to the pro season. And we want to go to the college football playoff. We want to win national championships, but playing that last game, going back out on a Tuesday. We came to New York City, we had no distractions. No one was late to anything. No one missed anything. All those things are how you win, in my mind, moving forward. So it was an experience that we needed, and we played a lot of young players. I mean, Vincent Shavers was all over the field. Donovan Jones, he redshirted this year, and he played corner for half the game. And so we got some young players, some things, some experience. So I think just the mindset of, hey, we got it done in the postseason prepares us for the future. We played a lot of young players, and so now they have perspective, and this is a really good 3 or 4 weeks for us.
Hey Matt, Brian Christopherson with Husker 24/7. Can you just talk about your defense in the red zone? Obviously the stop on the 2-yard line, and at the end of the first half, that stop you had to.
Yeah, I mean, John Butler, a first-time coordinator for us. First time calling it. I felt like it was seamless, right? There was no drop off. Obviously there's a couple players who didn't play in the game from the season, and the other guy stepped up. John did a great job. At the end of the day, Boston College did a nice job with some screens. They hit us on some screens that really hurt us. But for the most part, I thought the defense played really, really well. And down there, we were trying to make them force field goals. They only kicked 4 field goals coming into this game this season, and then they obviously missed the first one. So we felt pretty good about our opportunity to, hey, they're not going to kick a field goal. It's going to be 4 downs. We kind of knew how to address it, and John did a really good job.
Hey, Matt, Mitch Sherman from The Athletic. The block punt at the end and the 2-point score on the extra point, how do you initially assess all of that in the context of some of the stuff you've also had happen all season on special teams?
Yeah, it wasn't very good, I mean, you can't get a block punt. I didn't even see necessarily how it happened, who was wrong or right, so I have to see that. I have to go back and see that. Obviously Deshaun's on the punt team and he came off, so I really don't know if it was him or I think I look like the replay of the Shield, so I have to do that. Go back and look at that. Just a bad snap. We've had snapping issues all year long. I think we've tried to already address that for next year. But I thought we did some good plays too. I thought we obviously the fake punt was kind of a big call, gutsy call that they've worked and executed, and then a fake field goal was probably should have just dropped back and thrown it again, but we had the numbers there. It's just the kid made a good play. So yeah, I mean, there's no secret. Like to be what we want to be next year, we have to be same defensively, probably a little better in some areas. We have to really improve on offense. And I think we're all seeing sometimes signs of what it's going to look like. And then special teams, we need a complete and total overhaul of that. We have to be better at that. And, I always put those things on my shoulders. We'll get it done, but it has not been good enough this year.
Hey, Matt, over here.
Sorry.
You're good. Jamal Banks came up with several big catches today. Just what did you like about that one-on-one matchup and the way that Dylan targeted that today?
Yeah, Boston College came out and played a lot of man, a lot of pressure, and we did a nice job of picking those pressures up. And then you need guys to win one-on-one, and Jamal was able to win, several of those plays. Had another one that obviously got called back for the hands to the face on us or whatever it was, but Jamal's another one of those guys, man. He's out there every day at practice. He's a leader. He's made that room better. If you're in that room with him, you can't say you don't know what it looks like because he's made that room better. He does everything right. And there's a big catch radius. I thought he played really well. One on a slant versus man, one on a go ball versus man. Made a great one-handed catch. I think that got us going. So I appreciate him very much.
Hi, Matt. Over here, Vienna with Nebraska Unlimited. So I was just wondering, what do you have to say to all the players as a collective group, and then also all the fans that showed up today for you guys? Yeah,
the fans were awesome. They've been awesome all year, and I heard our guys early on in the first drive. They're like, hey, this is going to be a home game, and so I think that sends a message to our guys that, hey, we better play well. So I can't thank the fans enough. It was cool just being downtown, walking around and seeing people, wearing Nebraska, colors in Times Square. Very cool. And then with the players, like I said, my message to them was, the old school things of hard work, and I mean that they work. And so they're better now than they were earlier in the year. They're better now than they were 3 weeks ago. And so we have big plans. When we come back on January 20th, whatever it is, we're going to work. We're going to double down on what we've done. That's the only way to make a jump. And I think they all understand that, and I think they all have aspirations of something really special at Nebraska.
Hey, Coach. Pass rush is, affecting a quarterback takes two pieces. You got to get there, and then you also got to kind of defend on the back end. Felt like today you did that with a lot of young guys. So Vincent Shavers and Willis McGahee, and then Donovan Jones. Where does he come from? So the way that those young guys played today, coupled with obviously Ty playing, how encouraged were you by the pass rush and what it can be going forward?
Yeah, I mean, we believe that the game's won, primarily at the line of scrimmage. You have to be able to run the ball, stop the run. You have to be able to protect and affect the passer. And so that's why they ran so many screens, because we had good rush. The quarterback, I thought, really played well. He stepped up. He ran a couple times. And as you said, we won on the back end. They were hitting us on sort of a dagger route. They hit repetitively, and John was yelling it out, and they still hit it. And then finally we settled down and started taking that away. So those players are good players. Like we believe in them, and we believe they're just going to get better and better and better. And so it was good to get them a chance to play. Donovan was playing safety all year. The bye week took a couple reps at corner, and he's really taken off, I think.
So is he going to stay?
We'll see. To be honest with you, I think John just has some interchangeable pieces. Mari Sanders got in there. He's a redshirt player. Caleb Benning got in there. He redshirted. So all those kids who played, they also redshirted this year. So they've got a lot of football ahead of them.
Hey, Matt, Steve Marek with Inside Nebraska. That last Ramir Johnson run, that 4th and 1 to seal the win, what was that play call, and how do you think the offense executed that?
I didn't see the tape, so probably when I watch the tape, I'll say, we should have done this better, that better. But, there was no secret. It wasn't. It was like almost like 4th and 2. It was probably a long. They called the penalty, taking it back. So it was a little wonky out there in terms of what to do. But the guys wanted it, and they won that play. Ty comes in. Call that play. Stud right 30 hammer. It's been called that since Temple. It's our play, and I think we scored on that on the touchdown that Quentin Ives scored, and then there again Ramir at the end, and everyone has to do their job on that play to have a chance, and it was a great run. A great run. Even then, 5 points of ball security. He knew the situation. He knew 4 minute, and really good play.
Matt, obviously you know how much this program means to Dylan and his family. Just to see the elation he showed after the game. What does a game like this kind of do for his development? How do you kind of put this past year in perspective for him?
Yeah, I think he's had a great first year. Playing quarterback as a freshman in the Big Ten is not easy. And one of the things I told Dylan was, hey, you can go some places where, the team at the present moment is significantly better than all the teams around them. And then you're going to have to, maybe once a year, twice a year, make a throw to win a game. And then you're going to get drafted by probably the worst team in the NFL, and they're going to say, hey, put every game on your back. And so you look at the great players in the NFL, the Mahomes was every game that Mahomes was at Texas Tech, he had to go win the game for them to even have a chance. And so Dylan's had those opportunities this year. Hey, Dylan, for us to have a chance, you're going to have to play well. Everyone else has to do the same thing, but that last drive, for us to win the game, he had to go play well. And for him to pull the ball, the one he pulled the ball on, we'd never suspect he's going to pull it there. And has that run, gets hit, pulls the ball in the second one, now he slid. Still just, he did the things that are hard to do to win a game. And that's what I'm looking for in a quarterback. Everyone's talking right now about who should be the first pick, and I watch TV and all that stuff. Tell me the guys who do hard things to win. And that's who I want to be my quarterback. And so I was really happy for Dylan that he did that. He's gotten so much better as the year's gone on in terms of his feet, his movement, those things. And he'll have a great off season, and he'll make another huge jump. Really, the sky's the limit for him.
Marvin Chambers, 4.0 Sports Media. Hi, Coach. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Boston College has a lot of wrinkles in their offense. I want to talk about, and can you talk about the defense playing with disciplined eyes and coming down the lane and protecting the outside?
Yeah, we knew one of the big things in this game would be if they could, they'd run the ball 60 times. They have a tremendous run game. And I thought we did a good job of that early on. Obviously, as I said, the screens hurt us. The deep in cut hurt us. But I thought our guys to your point, did a nice job. They ran some nakeds who made the play on. Vincent Shavers made 2 or 3 great plays on screens, getting over the top, making the tackle. Even the hustle play he made to make it 3rd and 1, 4th and 1 led to that stop. So, you're right. I mean, you have to do a lot of things really well. And then even the one that Deshaun had a chance to pick and unfortunately dropped it, that was a double move they ran on Donovan. He's a freshman. He's out there playing corner in Yankee Stadium in a bowl game, and he gets a double move and he plays it. So, the guys made the plays that you have to make. I thought they did a nice job of continuously moving the chains. We just didn't give a lot of big plays, and obviously we did a nice job in the red zone.
I know you talked about the emotions for Rahmir today, but what went into the game schematically for him to have his best game of the season today?
Yeah, I mean, Rahmir was banged up down the stretch, So I think since Dana's taken over, having backs who can run multiple run schemes, they have to run inside zone, outside zone, power counter. They have to be able to run those runs, but then are also viable in the passing game. That have great hands and can protect. And so Rahmir's that true sub back that can do that. He can run the football. He can also get out, catch the football. Emmett's the same thing. And so, Emmett had some great plays. Rahmir had some great plays, but I think the biggest thing was, we threw our way to success. We threw a lot of over routes. Once, they were defending the go ball, we got away from that, and we went to more crossing routes. Dana made a great observation, and obviously it worked out. And the backs are a big part of that, picking up blitzes, but also getting out and catching the ball. So he's a true dual threat, versatile tailback. Yeah, I don't even think you should say 6 and 7. Oh, that's such a miserable thought right now. Let's be positive, guys. We won a bowl game. I'm with you, but seriously, that was in our head, and again, it's not, the program's still going to do what the program's going to do moving forward. We have the right plan. We know what we're doing. The guys know what they're doing. I think the biggest thing was. We were sitting out there. Nash said it took 5 years, but I can say I'm a winner. I can finally say I'm a winner, and they're winners in everything in life. But when you go out there, they keep score, and you got to make plays. And so even as the game, I said 3 things to them yesterday. I said, hey guys, number 1, I want you to wake up excited. The bowl games are usually about who's the most excited team. Number 2. So I said, watch all these games that are happening. One team gets up, another team comes back because no one wants to play 60 minutes. They want, once they get up, they think the game's over. And I said 3, there's going to be a time in the game where, oh, here we go. And I said, double down. Enough with I'm nervous, and just say we're going to do this. And so even when they blocked the punt and ran in, it was 1-score game. I was like, we're going to find a way to get it done. And so I think that's the biggest thing is that finally they can walk off the field and say, hey, we got it done. We'll have a lot of momentum heading into the offseason. I think we're doing really well in recruiting right now. I think we're finding the right guys, and I think you see, to Sam's what he asked earlier, there's some guys on this team who are the right guys, and so we'll put the picture together really well, and I'll let you guys have the rest of the offseason to ponder what we'll look like next year. So I'm excited, though, about where we're headed. So thank you, guys. And thank you for covering us all year.
There's some other guys available in the hallway, but take 2 or 3 for each of these guys.
Hey guys, quick question for all of you actually. The younger players, who do you think after a full slate of practices in a bowl game might have played their way into position to get some playing time where some of these guys left in the portal and whatnot?
Yeah, from a defense perspective, I think Willis and Vincent Shavers really showed out today. I'm really proud of those guys just because of how hard I've been on them the last few weeks while we're getting bowl prep. And, it goes to show, Vincent had a day, and Willis finally, became or started to become the player that we knew he could become.
I was glad to see Quinn out there get his first touchdown. Also from a defensive standpoint, too, I say Donovan. He played his ass off today. I ain't going to lie. So.
I think Ja'Cory obviously played his what he does. They probably said all the guys' names. Everybody stepped up, so I'm proud of them.
You are a young guy. I was saying.
I said myself.
Hey, Ramir, right here. Steve Mark with Inside Nebraska. Matt Rule just came out and told us about your mom passing away in November and how you stuck with the team, only went back home once during the bye week. Just talk about that experience and what led you to want to stick with the team and come back and finish this thing out.
Yeah. When I came back from my 6th year, I wanted to do something special. And everything I do is for Nebraska, for this team. So when I found out the news about my mom passing, I told Coach Drew, I don't want it to be a big distraction, or I don't want the team to be remember, I'm sorry for your loss and all that stuff. But that's what it means to be a Cornhusker, man. I love this program. I'm dedicated to this place, and even with news like that, I still want to play for these guys, and that's just the type of person I am.
Hey everybody, Sam McEwen with the Omaha World Herald. All three of you were on the field for the defining play of the game. What was the message in that huddle about what you needed to do on 4th and 2, and then to watch Ramir get it done? What was that feeling like? So this is for all three of you.
That's a play that's in fall camp. That's day one install, set the tone, and kind of our DNA. Get downhill, run the ball, and I think whoever sees number 9 running at him like that, they're gonna duck out of the way. I think the touchdown we ran the same play, looked like he chokeslammed him or something. So that's a tone setting play for us. We know when that play is called, it's time to go to work and get the win.
I'm not an offensive dude.
But you were on the field for the play.
He was on the field. it was a big back play, obviously, but coach was just get the first down, protect the ball, and he was like, this is your city, man. Let's finish it the right way. And I saw the lane. Ty created the lane for me, and we got the first down, we got the bowl win, and here we are today.
Yeah, I just told Ramir to follow me. And on the edge, I saw 3 dudes, and they all kind of stopped when they looked at me. And then I felt Ramir hit the seam, and then I got right behind him to make sure, he could keep going. So, no, I'm out there. I don't know much except just go hit somebody.
Hi, all. Over here, sorry. Vienna from Nebraska Unlimited. So I was wondering, this is for all three of you, what does winning this bowl game mean to each and every one of you?
I'd say for me, and I probably speak for Ramir as well, just being here for 6 years, having that opportunity to come back and to finally, the goal was when we first got here was leave this place better than we found it, to start something new, to lay that foundation for the years to come. And I think with today's win, us older guys were able to do that for guys like Dylan to keep it going and keep building up this program for the years.
Well said. He said it perfectly.
Yeah, I think it was just sending these guys out on a high note. Personally, I wanted this one for Ramir, like what he said he'd been through. It's just a tight-knit group. And it kind of sucks. It's our last game together, stepping on the field together. But that's life, and we'll be champions forever now.
Sir.
Hey, Ramir, all the way in the back over here, to your left. Yeah,
Gotcha.
Trey Redfield with NTV News. You finish as a bowl champion, and you have that trophy in front of you, just a burrow over from where you grew up. How special was it to win and do what you did today, from just being in your hometown right here in New York City?
Yeah, it was real special. I was just every time I was just looking up in the crowd, seeing who I would see. I saw my old youth football team, the Harlem Jets, in the corner. I saw my family in the end zone where I scored at. It just meant a lot, man. For me, it's like I played my last game in the city against the team, which was my first offer, and to go out with a dub, I mean, it's just special. Like Todd said, we worked 6 years to get to this point, and I'm glad we left the field as a winner, and I'm glad we paved the way for the future to my right, and I see special things coming in the near future for this team.
Hey guys, over here, Mitch Sherman from the Athletic. Ty and Dylan, can you guys speak to the emotions that you feel for Ramir sitting next to him right now? Ty being with him for 6 years, Dylan, the time that you spent with him in the last year, and just knowing what this year has been like for him.
Yeah, I told Ramir in the locker room after that, I said, this is for life. This brotherhood that we built. It means so much. The next time I come to New York City, I'm gonna be hitting him up. So we hang out, go wherever. It just kind of shows what kind of person Ramir is to go through that type of adversity, personally. And I kind of understand it from a different perspective, but it takes a lot. And I know the mental toughness that he's had throughout the season has just proven how good of a man he is.
Yeah, I'll piggyback off of what he said. For the year I've got to know Ramir. I always knew he was a special guy. But now, I'm happy to call him a brother. I love him like my own brother. So, yeah, there's nothing much more to be said than that.
I love y'all too, bro.
Hey Dylan, Sarab Gokran from the Heights. You had that scramble there near the end, a little scrum ensued. BC gets called for a late hit. That wasn't something that Coach O'Brien necessarily agreed with, but I want to hear from your perspective. Just take me through, what you saw there in that play.
Yeah, we actually called that play for me not to run, but the way they lined up and showed it, I had to read to the end. And, I just pulled the ball and I saw the green, and then he tried to take me out, which is why I came up and kind of, reacted. But I guess it's just kind of the fire in me, games on the line, I laid on the line for my team. So, I got up. I knew I wasn't going to do anything, but, my lineman came in and kind of cleaned up for me.
Obviously, there's Tom Schwartz, Yankees Magazine. There's so much focus, understandably, on the playoff. But now that you've been through this experience of preparing for and playing in this game, what do these bowl games mean, both in terms of what you can gain competitively from them, but also just the experience as teammates?
Well, those 3 extra weeks, it's just like another spring ball for the young guys. We watched, I think for like the first 2 weeks, it was really just young guys going out there and competing against each other, getting better. And it was awesome to see them grow. From my perspective, we've never had those December practices, so I never really knew, what that was going to be like, or what you could gain from that. But after seeing, these last 3 weeks, I see how important it is to get those. This is a way better football team than we were, when we finished at Iowa.
Hey Ty, Luke Mullen from the Lincoln Journal-Star. The defense came up with several big 4th down stops. Just what did you think of the way you guys played in those big moments, being able to get off the field?
Yeah, we knew they were going to be going for it on 4th down. That's just kind of who they were. When you play defense, it's just all kind of a mentality thing. Coach Beller was really aggressive. He told us he was going to be really aggressive with his play calling. And I just, again, kudos to those guys that were going out there blitzing hard. The D-line holding their blocks, and, the safeties and the DBs being able to, cover guys long enough for us to go and actually make an impact on those plays.
Joseph Meyer, Daily Nebraskan, right here. Ty, you played with Javin Wright for a long time. He's been through a lot, just like Ramir. But for him to lead the team of tackles today and kind of go out on a higher note, how cool is that? And what has he meant to you as a defender on that side of the ball?
You said John?
Javin Wright.
Oh, Javen. Javen. Yeah, man. Both being Arizona kids, me and him were roommates for like a year or two. Just to watch, every year it seems like, something new, some new adversity for that kid, for that guy. I love him. I love him to death like a brother. Just to watch him persevere. He's always got a smile on his face. He's just the most, overjoyful guy ever, even, facing all the health issues he's faced. To be able to watch him go out there and fly around and be happy. I can't remember what play it was, but, I think he tripped or fell or something. He just comes off of the sideline laughing and smiling. I'm like, what are you laughing for? And he's like, I tripped over everyone and fell into the pile. And so, I mean, it just goes to show what kind of guy he is.
Hey, Dylan, Steve Mark with Inside Nebraska. Donovan Jones, we knew him as a safety. He's out there playing corner. When you're at practice and you're throwing against Donovan Jones, from your perspective, what kind of corner is Donovan Jones? I mean, what do you see from Donovan Jones as a corner?
Yeah, I think he's the next wave of great corners that come through here. I think what makes him great is just his competitive spirit. He's not going to take no for an answer, and he's going to go compete for what he wants. So I think normally when you put those two together, you get a damn good football player. So, Donovan being in our class, super proud of him, and he showed why he can play at this stage and this level.
Hey, Dylan, Coach said that that last drive, the 4-minute drive at the end, was the first time the offense this year's taken the ball and said enough's enough in a situation like that. Can you speak to what your mentality and what the vibe that you got in the huddle when you guys got the ball back up 5 points?
Yeah, we kind of wanted to get the feeling of the, oh gosh, is it going to be good or bad, kind of out of our system. And everyone was just, we were going to go win the game. We weren't going to give them the ball back. And it's exactly what we did. We ended with the ball, and got to line up in the best formation of football. No thinking, no motion, nothing. Victory. So can't get any better than that.
Thank you.
Thank you, New York. That was a lot of fun this week.